Hi, it's Dreyer and welcome to the Financial Freedom Challenge, where our mission is to help you to create, to grow, to protect and to enjoy your wealth so that you can do whatever you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, where you want to do it, with whom you want to do it, without worrying about money. In other words, to pursue your dreams and to live a life of abundance. So today I'd like to talk to you about how to extract value from an idea. You see, our thoughts, our ideas it's incredible what value is in those ideas. And the moment that we know how to extract that value, we can almost in an instant change our lives, our destiny. So all wealth starts in a moment in time. And the trick then is to extract that, but in order to do that, we must have the competency, because unless we're going to have the competency, it's not going to work. And I think by now you know that in order to become rich or successful or financially free, we need to do the right things, get the right information in the right order for the level of the game that we're at, and then we simply have to do it. So, and the trick is that we can't do it unless we've got the competency. So the majority of people don't understand this process, and for that reason the ideas are there, but they don't know how to convert it. So let me give you one or two or three practical examples. In 2002, we were financially free and I basically did nothing, but I started getting depressed. Luckily for me, Tanya picked that up and she said to me, "Honest, why don't you go back and do something?" And of course, I did not want to go back into consulting or financial planning or economics or stuff like that. And I said that to Tanya. But then Tanya said to me, "But why don't you go and teach what we've done and how you've done the property deals and how to use the simple program that you've got?" And I remember saying to her, "Tanya, but why on earth would anyone want to learn this? Because I've been giving this away, the program, for the last 15 years for free." And then Tanya said, "No, don't go and give it away for free. Build a business around it and go and sell that program." And I said to her, "What?" She said, "Go and sell that program. Because as soon as people buy that program, they're going to understand the value, they're going to use the program, they're going to implement what you taught them, and they're going to change their lives forever." And I thought to myself, why not? Because I've got this model, the money-making machine that I've used, the money-making system that I've used in order to become financially free. And what if I duplicate this and turn this into a business, the free program that I had at that stage? And that is how property school started. It started an idea, and the great thing is the idea wasn't mine. The idea actually came from Tanya. I adopted that idea, I turned it into a business that now 15 years later is still running and is still pumping money. Let me give you another idea and how the ideas started. I was doing a presentation, a property seminar presentation, and a person came to me and he said to me, "But how can he retire before the age of 65? He was 53 at that stage." And I said, "Very, very simple, do what I'm telling you." And he said to me, "But you need money and you've got the security, and it's because of that you can do what you've done." And I said, "No, it's because I've got the competency. It's got nothing to do with the money or the security, or I must have the competency. And if you've got the competency and the know-how, then you don't need money." And he basically told me that I don't know what I'm talking. But on my way home, that was on a Thursday. On my way, well, it wasn't home, it was to the guest house where I stayed. I thought to myself, why don't I teach people and show people practically how to turn basically 1,000 Rand into 10 million? And on my way I thought, but I can't go for the 1,000, because as soon as I'm using the 1,000 and the idea does not work, and remember, but at that stage I had no idea, just the idea to turn 1,000 Rand into 10 million, because that was basically, I said to him, I can take 1,000 and turn it into 10 million. And so I decided to structure the deal using the competencies that I've got. And I structured a deal where the total investment of the company, my investment was nothing, but the company was 79 cents. And I turned that into a massive, massive business, generating more than 10 million, basically in 2 years and 3 months. That was the value of that little investment that I've made. So I hope that you can see it's an idea. Someone else has got a problem. Because I've got the competency, I simply say, okay, but let me help him. And if I can help him or her, and I can help other people, then I can make money. Because as soon as you start helping other people, if you can help millions of other people, you will have all the money in the world that you desire. That's a promise. So all I have to do is to say, okay, but what is it that I've got? And how can I turn that into, so what's the idea? What's the idea? I'm sitting at the moment with new idea, 2 cents, that I have to convert. And immediately I had to look at several ideas up to this stage. I've come to an idea that I think that I'm going to, well, that I know that I'm going to take, and go and take that into, and make it, turn it into millions, right? So another thing that I can tell you, at one point people started saying to me, honest, the reason why you're successful is because you've got a database. And I took up a challenge in front of a group of people, and I said that I will turn nothing. You don't need an idea, you don't need money, you don't need contacts, you need absolutely nothing except the competency, the TEMS that I'm referring to in terms of a surplus, and then to grow that TEMS. So I started a business, actually 2 businesses from one idea. The one was the Alchemist Mentoring Program, to show people actually how I've done it, and the second one was the Financial Breakthrough Experience, where I started getting people together with no database, and I've done that within 30 days, just over 30 days, and we started making something like 375,000 Rand before I had a product, simply because of an idea. So the most valuable freedom idea that I've ever had happened basically way back, when I figured out that my investment growth rate must be higher than my financial freedom growth rate. So if I know, and I knew my financial freedom growth rate at that stage to be 55%, and then I ask a simple question: how on earth can I make sure that my investment growth rate is going to be higher than my financial freedom growth rate? And from that idea, suddenly I was open. The universe started showing me. I capitalized on that in terms of the skills and the competencies that I had. And I turned that idea into financial freedom in less than 7 years. So here's the trick. You know, unless you've got the competency, unless you've got the skills, you will not be able to do it. And these skills you have to learn. There's no other ways that you're going to get it. You need to learn the competencies in order to be able to make your dreams come true and make your dreams a reality. So, you know, to convert any idea if you've, or most of the ideas that you've got. Some ideas are better, and that's why there's a process. In the Wealth Creators Method, there's a process that we follow. And simply by following that, you can start the process. And that in itself is a skill, to learn the process. Because the first time you may not get that you really want. But after the second time, it's going to be a lot easier, and the third time, easier. At the moment, with the 2 cents, I'm going to use exactly the same systems and setup and structures that I've already got in place for the 5 cents. So I'm simply using the accelerator, bring it back, and this time, instead of taking 18 months to get to 3 million, I think that I can do it in half the time. It's really that simple, simply because of an idea. When Tanya said to me, "Oh, I see your next million," when I picked up the 2 cents, the idea was there. I did not know what and how, but I knew that the idea was to turn it into at least 1 million in a very short time. Right, so remember that it's the right information, right? So you get an idea, and the moment that you've got the right information in the right order for the level of the game that you're at, then you have to do it on condition that you've got the competency. In other words, you must basically get the competency before you understand this whole process. So here's your challenge for today. What idea can you convert that will help you, not give you, but help you to start with this process in order to get to financial freedom. And then, what's the first step that you can take to make this not a dream, but a reality? Now, always remember that in order to create financial freedom, you must make sure that today is going to be a perfect day. And that simply means that there will never be a day in your life that won't require you to take the responsibility, to have the intent. And the intent is to know exactly what it is that you want, right? To put in the time and the effort, to have the right mindsets. And the right mindset is that you know, and you must know, that it is possible to get your investment growth rate to be higher than your financial freedom growth rate. And then get an idea, any idea. It may not be an idea that you're going to develop. It may be an idea from someone else. Adopt that idea, just like I adopt the idea when Tanya said to me, okay, but why don't you turn this into a business? Or when she said to me, I see your next million. But that created the spark for the idea to start with the process, right? So, and then take massive, massive action. Because consistently doing that needs to be done is the only way for you to get the results that you want. So every single action that you're going to take today is either going to take you one step closer to or one step away from that you want, and that is financial freedom. So my challenge for you today is basically to convert your ideas into financial freedom. So if you've got any questions, comments or suggestions regarding financial freedom, please post them in the comment box below and I'll help if I can. And then also remember to subscribe to my blog, that is blog.hannesdreyer.com if you're not already on it, if you want more tips and strategies on financial freedom. And then, yes, feedback regarding my heart rate challenge. I've done what I was supposed to do. In terms of the 2 cents, what I've done today was I started with a blueprint. So normally when I start something, I do a lot of, let's call it research. And then I start putting that together in order to make sense for me what to do before I'm going to do anything. And that is basically how I'm building my competency, through putting together like a blueprint. So everything in my life has got a blueprint, and at the moment I've started today by working on my cryptocurrency and blockchain blueprint, just to get a basic understanding and outline, and I'm happy with what I've done so far for today. Please share this video with other people if you think that it can help them in terms of help them to create, to grow, to protect, or to enjoy their freedom. And then, yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, that you've learned something from it, and maybe I can leave you with one thing. What is the main idea or the main thing that you must have that you can turn that thing, that idea, that concept into helping you to become financially free? And then go out and do it. Thanks for your time. I'll see you tomorrow.